I love this little
Good
thing.
afternoon, you guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to
It's actually good evening for most people.
It is. Good evening.
It's good afternoon for us.
It's 2 o'clock here, Alaska Standard Time. We have beautiful weather, 77 degrees at last time I checked, with a high of 81, and the locals think it's hot.
Yeah. Yesterday it was like perfect. I'm like, this is one of the nice Florida kind of days. So,
hi, Mark. Glad to have you with us.
And it's just been another super great week. Of course, there are mosquitoes. We are slapping those away, and they are biting.
They are alive and well here.
That's the only little negative I could come up with if I had to pick one.
Yeah. So we did move not campgrounds, but we changed campsites to a different site. This one's wider, a little deeper, and I think it's overall better, but it's not much different. I mean, there's less sap. The other one was closer into the trees, and there was a lot of sap, and it sticks to the bottoms of your shoes, and then you track it into the trailer, and it gets all over everything.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's a little better here. There is some sap still, but it's much better.
But what I love most about this campground is it's like you are actually camping.
Yeah.
And I love to have a camping feel. I'm not a glamper. I'm a camper.
Yeah.
So.
And we are using microphones. Can you guys hear us okay? So we do have microphones on. And I gave them a little bit of a test. And I did with and without for 15 seconds. And they were louder with the microphones.
Yeah.
So hopefully it helps you guys hear us better. Hello from Anchorage.
Hello.
Hey, we're going to come see you guys in July.
We'll be moving on down.
Oh, some people said much improvements with the mics. That's good. Good. Because I don't naturally speak loud. I have to force it.
So that's good. We want y'all to be able to hear us. And we can thank Sherry.
Yes.
She sent us these mics. Thank you so much, Sherry. And she said, do not wait. Open them up right away and start using them. Yep. So we are so thankful that she sent those to us.
And they came with these little fuzzy covers. But
yeah, those are the wind socks.
The wind socks. So we switched them with the foam socks, which are included in the thing. And I think they work good. There's no wind. So
yeah, so it's perfect. Yeah, and as long as you guys can hear us better, it's definitely a win. So we're thankful. It's the first time we're using them today.
So I got some good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Yeah.
Oh. I almost stabbed myself in the eye.
Well, I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, just give it to me. You pick.
The good news is we're 5,000 miles away from all the drama that's going on.
That is good news.
The bad news, we're 5,000 miles away from all the drama that's going on.
How is that bad?
So you're not really in tune to a lot of what's going on.
I think that's wonderful.
And yeah, I think for the most part, some of that has to run its course.
I am super glad to be away from all the Otter Creek drama and drama in general. So that's super nice. That's one of the things I couldn't wait to get to Alaska for, was to get more disconnected with negativity and drama and those things, and just to be able to find ourselves again. As I was saying last week, a lot of times in life you lose yourself getting caught up in the daily grind of things, and you don't do the things that you used to find pleasure in because you're just caught up in this anxiety drama mess.
Yeah, and what's really difficult in a way for me, it's almost like when I retired from the military, because when you retire, when you're working in the military, they got so many things going on. They're just throwing things at you left and right. So you're constantly working at a very fast pace, much like working in the post office. And then suddenly you sell the campground, which that kept us busy. Then the Otter Creek drama, and then the friends and the non-friends. And you come up here and everything comes to a screeching halt. It's, it's like, and everything stopped. My only responsibility really is to keep our motor coach or our home in good working order, to stay safe and to do fun things. But you really don't have the extra little, Nancy said this and Bob did that, and oh, what's going to happen to Russ the Sus and Donica?
You miss that?
Yes and no. Yes and no. For the most part, when you have an investment in a town, you want things and need things to go a certain way. And when it doesn't, it's frustrating. And when some people, and the same thing happens in relationships, I'm going to broaden the scope of this conversation to encompass all kinds of relationships. That's friendships, marriages, friends. But I don't know really what I'm trying to say here.
Me neither.
But there's always a lot of things going on. And then when you get up here, those things kind of...
Well, you're now responsible to plan your activities, and you're not a good planner.
Yeah, because we'd get up in the morning at the campground, and, she would always ask me, what are we going to do today? Well, I said, well, we got all these things we can do, but it wasn't specifically planned for today, because a lot of things are dependent on the weather. But
you're not...
It wouldn't take 10 minutes. You put your shoes on, you go outside, you walk into a situation. Either there's a camper that's not happy, there's someone trying to come into the campground, there's someone, cruising through or by the camp. There's something that's going to jump in your path, and you have to...
So you need either someone to plan your stuff for you or for these things to plan themselves in front of you. You're not the type of person who just plans and structures things for themselves.
Well, it's different now, because before everything was kind of planned for you, even if you didn't have planned, and that was your plan, not to have a plan, because you wanted to just relax a little bit or meander around the campground and go, oh yeah, I'll work on that today, I'll work on this. But you don't have to seek those. You more have to seek those things out now that you're away from all that, because you don't have those responsibilities anymore.
And I find that to be a great thing.
You find it exhilarating. I find it a change. So I have to transition. And I'm, I guess in a way, admittingly, I'm finding myself less important. And so I don't have a wrench in the toolbox anymore to contribute to either a town being better, a campground being better, or, this channel being better, or whatever it is. I feel like I have less, I don't have a wrench in the toolbox. It seems. There's less going on, and that kind of...
You just have to look at things in a different light. Now you have the time to work on yourself.
Like someone says, it's like a PCS move. You finish that tour duty, you're going to another one. It's like starting a new job. You don't know what to expect. You're going to have... For sure, you're going to have new bosses, new climate, new house, new schools, new, power company, water companies to deal with, neighbors to deal with.
But now you're completely in control. Isn't that exciting?
Yes, that's exciting, because if we don't like a place, we can leave.
And you dictate what you're going to do for the day. So if I just feel like working out today and then just hanging out, reading a book or whatever, take a walk, I get to do that. I think that's awesome.
It's good. It's a me thing. I need to transition. It's just a me thing. There's nothing wrong with it.
I like having a schedule.
This was our goal. It was our goal to move around the country and to explore different places. And I do look forward to that. And I do look forward to this plan that we have. For me, it came quickly.
Well, yeah.
And so the transition wasn't a transition.
Yeah, this was all supposed to happen 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Off in the distance, and then all of a sudden it was just like, opportunity, take it, don't take it, bam.
I enjoyed you being mayor of a town that I think was going to welcome the change finally. And, Gail stepping down slowed things down, you stepping down slowed things down. I think it's still going to change, and I think it's still going to be positive. But when you're not part of it anymore, it's like, something's missing. The wrench in the toolbox,
I'm okay with it.
I know you're okay with it.
Sometimes you're just in a situation for a season, for a reason. And I believe I was there for that little bit to turn the tide.
Yeah.
The shift in the matrix, whatever you want to label it as. I'm okay because things are going in the right direction. Would I have loved to serve on this present board now and actually be doing stuff and thriving, yeah, it would be super great. But that's not what I was supposed to be doing anymore.
Right.
When you get such a grand opportunity, you either take it or you don't. And I took it. We took it. So I think it's great. And I don't like living in drama. I'm not a drama seeker.
I don't miss the Lynette and John Cook saga. I don't miss that one bit.
I think it's a horrible way to have to live with all that drama. And, you know, it's easy for a lot of people that sit on the sidelines so many miles away. But when you're actually living in the thick of it and you know who people are and what they're about, you can't ignore it. It's your everyday life, and it's not nice and it's not pretty. And those people are not nice and not pretty. And it was not fun living in a town with them.
Yeah. And the other side, the people that are the Hales haters for whatever reason, or the Hales uninformed. We were watching what was it, MLS, that was called? A rebroadcast of the screenshot of the lawyers.
Somebody had sent something. Yeah. I couldn't even sit through.
We didn't watch all of it at all, but we got through half of it.
They're completely uninformed people and don't know what they're talking about.
A lot of their details are not accurate at all. Like, how can you make this argument when you don't know this detail? Because this detail is important. And you're screaming through the phone like, oh, I want to say something. No, you don't want to get involved.
They completely are toxic people, and they don't know what they're talking about. They've never been to Otter Creek. They've never personally experienced.
They haven't
these
met
different
any
people,
of the players.
And it's almost like they want to say, okay, well, everything's okay to do for these folks, but not for these folks.
Yeah.
So as long as John and Lynette are doing it, it's all good in their eyes.
Yeah, they look past
it. But if Jeremy's doing it, it's no good.
He's got money, so go after him.
Completely skewed. They have no idea what they're talking about.
No one is looking at it from, these are the facts. Lay them in front of you, and don't pay attention to, oh, the poor old woman, and oh, Jeremy's got money. It has nothing to do with any of that.
So according to them, as long as you're old, you can do whatever you want and treat people however you want. Well, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that Mary, you know, there was sympathy for Mary. Mary lied to the town. She carried on the lie and perpetuated the lie and continued to steal.
She was another
make up stories
person who was not fun to deal with.
She was facilitating a lie, and that's okay. I just don't get it. It's
I don't miss being in any of that. I know Brett misses it more than I do. I don't really understand.
I miss being more closely related to key players, because we know, we do. She even more knows the players, how the town was being ran. And believe me, you know, she had eyes on a lot of these emails and a lot of these phone conversations. So not all of it has come to light. Most of it's not even a topic for discussion on a public forum. But
what I think
I can attest to, though, that it's a lot of ridiculousness. A lot of people are uninformed, and if they were more informed and had a brain, they'd realize that, oh my gosh, really? Yeah, really, we've been telling you. Just
the good old boys have been getting away with
a lot of things. The good old boys have been getting away with it for a long time. The town is corrupt. The county is corrupt. The lack of law enforcement is perpetuating all this behavior and is endorsing all this behavior. Even John and Lynette's behaviors are being perpetuated because they haven't been stopped. They could have just been stopped.
I mean, you could blame the county for this continuing to go on, for not stopping this in the first place, because they're the ones who have created this huge mess.
You see, I'm getting worked up.
By not stopping it in the beginning. So they've blown up the heads of these people who are doing wrong and letting them get away with such wrong. It's ridiculous.
And we know all the players. We've met all the players.
People should be paying attention to what's going on in Levy County as a whole. I'm shocked that nobody records those meetings, because I've heard nothing good has been happening lately, and they are more than happy that nobody goes in there with cameras to record what Matt Brooks is doing, to record what any of the Meeks are doing on the county level.
These are all names that we wouldn't, put on a broadcast, because, we have an invested interest in the Levy County and the town and the campground, and you know,
If
you don't
people
need
are
these people
foolish
coming
enough
after you.
to vote for Matt Brooks to be the clerk of courts, you're going to have big problems.
And it's hard to explain that, but do your own due diligence. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, he did this, 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 and this. We're not going to do that. Read for yourself. Watch the meetings if you're involved and want to get involved in the local Levy County saga. But it's been going on for years, years. It didn't just happen when Jeremy rolled in. It's been going on forever. It didn't just happen when we came to town, because we came to town quietly. We came to town, worked on a campground. But there was a lot of stuff going on. We had enough. What can we do to change it? What can we do to make change, not just change it, not just go vote? We did vote, but you got to make things happen, like happen for yourself so you can help. You know, people make decisions on the board sometimes in the best interest of the town first, but then does it help you? Yeah, this will help me. This will help my neighbor. This will help the town. It's good for, you know, it's a win-win for everybody. So get informed. Levy County residents, the voters, go get informed. Go get informed. That's all I'm going to say. You got a lot of people that have been on, well.
Are you done yet?
Not really. It's just a soapbox of mine. I hate to see good people struggle when bad people are just spreading bad information and misinformation.
Just because they hate certain people.
Yeah, just because there's a hate for certain people.
It's the same thing you see across our country with the whole president and all that. But that's a whole nother thing not to get into. But for some reason, people stick with certain sides because they hate the one person.
Quit bashing people because they have money. Oh, he must be corrupt because he's got money. That could be Trump. That could be Jeremy. It could be, hell, it could be us, right?
What money do I have?
Yeah, I mean, compared to Otter Creek, we were fine. We were fine. But don't judge people until you've walked a mile in their shoes. In other words, not just what they've gone through, but you need to look at their history. Historically, not what have they said, but what have they done? What is the pattern of behavior that's up to this point? And you can pretty much, future decisions by that person are going to be based on past performance. If someone does good things, does good deeds, you can attest that those good deeds are more likely going to continue. They're not just going to suddenly change and be corrupt. Corrupt people, they did bad, made bad choices. Now they're here. And you're wondering, you think that's going to change? You think they're going to suddenly start making good choices and stop being what they are? No, they're not. Their behaviors are going to stay the same. And if they can get away with it, it's going to get worse. That's what's happening in Levy County in general. That's what's, the lack of law enforcement is disgusting. You're making it worse for the good people and better for the bad people. So what are you going to get into the county? You're going to get bad people. Will they keep you in power? Yeah, they might, especially if they can get away with stuff, you know. But what are you going to have in the end? In the end, what are you going to have? What are you going to gain? I mean, Levy County's broken. It's broken. And I hope the good voters of Levy County can see this, and those that are in a position to have a voice, I hope they use it, and hopefully the right things turn in the right way. Anyway, having said all that,
I'm just over here being in Alaska away from the drama, but
yeah, so
I think you miss it a lot.
I get frustrated with it because it just seems to stall. You know, you think you're getting somewhere, and
that's why I left it in my rear view.
Yeah, it's hard to
Not for me. Bye, Felicia. I get to focus on me and my life.
Yeah,
and it's awesome doing that.
Quit being a Karen, huh?
Well, I wouldn't worry about the things that I'm not part of anymore.
Okay, I'm going to share with you, and this is my personal opinion.
Oh, brother.
And it's not necessarily an opinion shared by Therese, although it could be shared, and I'm not going to elaborate on it. But this whole mess that we just recently came in knowledge of, when it first started, we were unaware of it. But this whole thing between...
I'm usually unaware because I don't follow
this whole thing going on with Guapo and his ex-girlfriend, whether or not she got hired by Jeremy or whatever. Here's my take, and it's 3 words. And you can like it or not like it, don't really care. But here's the point. She's an X. That's it. In other words, she's an X. I don't really think Guapo's beef should be with Jeremy. If he has a beef, take it up with your ex. That's my 3 cents, my 5 cents. But she's an X. That's it. She's an X. And as I understand it, she got hired to do a job. That's it. That's all we know. I don't see the crime. That's it. She's an X. That's simple. What else you got?
Hopefully something more positive.
It's ridiculous. The carrying on and the immaturity is just, I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, I guess maybe they're creating content. Who knows? But, content.
That's between all of them for all of them to deal with.
So let's go into something we do want to discuss with you guys when talking about YouTube content. We have noticed, and others have noticed too, with their own channels. Other channels have had beefs with YouTube dropping off subscribers. We've noticed that's been happening in our realm too. We're putting out 3 videos a week. They don't have to be stellar attractions, but when you're getting 7,000 to 10,000 views on a video at the end of the week, then why are you losing subscribers? Well,
YouTube scrubs them
YouTube
for whatever reason.
Them.
So some people were asking why that happened. They just noticed all of a sudden that they're not subscribed anymore.
Yeah.
So you might want to check to see if you're still subscribed, and if not, just hit the bell and hit all so you can get notified anytime there's videos. It doesn't cost you to subscribe.
Hit the all notifications. That keeps you
notified.
Yeah, that keeps you notified, and that kind of works within the algorithm, and you don't fall off.
Right. So we just had a few people noticing that and bringing it to our attention, and we have seen in this past week especially the numbers are just flying off. So if you want to fix that, just go in there, hit the bell, resubscribe, and hit all for the notifications. That way you'll be notified when there's a video. Yeah. And again, it doesn't cost you anything to do that.
It's free.
Just wanted to let you guys know how to do it.
Yeah.
And we wanted to also thank all our members.
Yeah.
We do
2-tier membership.
Yeah, we do have a 2-tier membership, and on the upper tier, and we don't charge that much. I'm not trying to charge a lot, but we do like to be able to spend some extra time with everybody. So we're trying to do a live a week. Mm-hmm. And if you guys, any of the members, had any suggestions of what things you would like to see around Alaska, just let us know. We do appreciate everybody, whether you're a member or not. Everything is appreciated that you guys do for us, all the support, the positivity, the love. It makes such a difference in this world when you have people gathering around you and supporting you.
And celebrate the good times.
Yeah, and that's what people need to focus more on instead of focusing so much on drama and negativity. Is start focusing on good and what good things you can do for each other and yourselves. Self-care is super important. This past week, we've been lucky enough to be able to go to the gym several times, trying to make better choices with eating. All these things are very helpful, especially when you get older. I know you may have noticed that. Are you interrupting me?
No, continue.
When you get older, it's harder to lose weight and get yourself structured. So you need to take it easy when you get back to working out, and don't try to kill yourself in a day. So that's what we've been working on this week, eating better and getting in the gym.
This is some of the merch on the channel that helps promote the channel. And we each bought a hoodie, and we each bought some t-shirts, but the t-shirts haven't come yet.
And those will be long sleeve shirts. So, our good friend Deanna is the one who designed these.
She designed it, yeah.
There's 2 different designs. So on our sweatshirts and our long sleeve shirts, we got both the designs, one on the front, one on the back. but there is where you can
This
order
one has the road on it.
You can order it separately with one of each or both together. If anybody's interested, the link is in the bio.
And this one has a compass because we don't know where we're going. North, south, east, west.
I know. I never know where my home is. Well, I guess it's wherever we roll up.
And on the back of the Jeep, we have a spare tire wheel cover that has a compass on it, very similar to this. And it says Jeep, and at bottom it says Adventures Begin Here, but we would like to change it and have it say Madam Mayor's Adventures.
Yeah.
But
maybe get that airbrushed onto it. So
we still haven't done that yet.
We've noticed too, it is a little bit different when you're RVing, ordering stuff and getting it shipped to you when you don't really have an address. So that's been a little bit of an adjustment.
We're having to go to three locations to make sure we're not missing any stuff that's getting shipped, because you don't always get tracking information from Amazon. So we go to the on-post post office, although they don't have general delivery. So we changed it to the Fairbanks post office, and we go and we check there too. And then the campground we were at, I think the last thing shipped to them. So we maybe don't have to check with them anymore. But we keep the cost low so you can enjoy the sweatshirt. And
I can't enjoy it right now because it's too warm for it.
Yeah.
I might need to go back and order some regular t-shirts to be able to wear anything, but we'll get to that another day.
What else you got there?
What else do we got here? These are a couple of things that were on our wish list. I know we're still waiting for a couple of things which might get here tomorrow. Let's see. These I'm really stoked about. These are collapsible bowls, which will make it easier to put stuff away in the little refrigerator in the RV.
Oh, yeah.
And to keep it in the cabinets without using a bunch of space. That's another thing we've encountered is the weight of the dishes, the size of the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been a very big learning experience. So these are going to come in super duper handy. And these came from, let's see, enjoy your gift. Hope you enjoy your time in Alaska, from Cindy Ackerman. Thank you so much, Cindy. We really appreciate these.
Thank you,
these
Cindy.
are going to be a game changer for sure. So I'm super stoked to get to start using those.
Okay.
And then Sherry, who had sent those microphones, she also sent this voice amplifier so that we could try to use this maybe when we're filming while we're driving in the RV. I'm not really sure all the uses yet, so we'll have to check that out so you guys can hear us better. Thank you, Sherry, for that. She's super sweet lady. Mm-hmm. She also sent these bowls because she's such a good listener, and she was listening to me talk about having to get some plastic dishes, and she just went ahead and picked some set out for us and sent it. What a surprise that was. So
we want to eventually transition from some of the glassware we have to plastic.
These are nice,
they're lighter, easier to clean,
and I love the colors.
They're microwave proof, and they're, you know, they don't break. They're hard to break.
Cups. So I thought it was super sweet that she was
the color
really listening.
Kind of cool.
There's these to put your silverware in, or your plasticware. Yeah. There's sets of the
plasticware. So it keeps everything light. So when we go back to Florida, we're going to rotate all our dishware out and put it in long-term storage.
And nice plates. So, wow. I mean, you guys are just so sweet.
Very thoughtful gift. Thank you.
I really appreciate everybody and their thoughtfulness.
Good people, great.
Yeah. And I must say, when you've dealt with some not so nice people in your life, when good people come along, it just means so much. So many blessings. You appreciate these people and their kindness and all the love even more. We've been blessed since we've been here to meet a friend, Jason, and his family. And I call them my Alaska family now because they are just such
Super
a
nice.
wonderful group of people. We've gone to different family members' houses for dinner and hung out on several occasions. This past week we had moose burgers.
Moose burgers.
Oh,
She loved
they
it.
were so delicious.
They're so good.
Now I can see why Mr. Bullwinkle's been hiding because he is delicious. I mean, you couldn't, lean and just a rich flavor. Oh, those moose burgers were incredible. But they have been just a wonderful blessing. Jason's mom, Betty, she made me this beautiful sweatshirt, hoodie, and you've seen me wear it, and I showed you last Sunday, and she even noticed that it was a little tight on me, so she exchanged it for a bigger size.
Yeah, that was
She's
nice.
just so sweet. I call her my Belinda in Alaska because she's just that sweet mom you always wanted.
Belinda in Alaska.
So she's super sweet and cute. I think they're just a wonderful family, and I'm so blessed that we got to meet them and are being able to spend so much time with them. And that's one of the great things about having this channel is all the wonderful people we get to meet along the way. And that it just, you got to focus on the good stuff in life.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do, and leaving all the drama behind. You know, I pray for the people that are dealing with the drama still. I think it's sad that so many people want to live their lives in that fashion. And hopefully some things will end and people will start enjoying better things and trying to share positive experiences with each other and helping to help each other thrive. That's what we should be doing, lifting each other up.
Yeah.
That's my soapbox.
Your soapbox is a little different than mine. But I don't disagree, though. I don't disagree.
We are opposites.
We don't agree on everything.
We sure don't.
And when you were the mayor of the town, we didn't always agree.
Nope.
And Russell once said to somebody, I don't remember where I had heard this conversation, but he's like, well, she'll just do whatever he says. Not so. She'll do what's right.
Well, isn't that what he said when he wanted?
Well, he wanted some favors. He said,
he thought you could control me.
That I could just do whatever she wants. And that's not the case. I don't always get what I want for sure. But that's not what I want. I don't want a yes partner, yes partner, yes partner. I want a contributing partner, one who's equal. And she has been. She's been a great partner. I can't ask for a better partner. So she's smart, intelligent, she's proactive, she's a planner, so I need a planner, right? I got one.
I try to plan.
I had a couple of questions for the Alaska people out there. We're looking at possibly doing a fishing charter. We need to start lining that up. Let me tell you what I guess we're trying to get out of this. The halibut charters are more expensive and they go way out. So it's a further, oftentimes a rougher boat ride to get to the halibut. And then I know there are regulations passed. You get one, you get two, depending on where you go out of, you get 1.5, like 1 and a 35-pounder or less. That's what was going on when I was here before. I don't know that I want to have a half-day trip out in a boat and most of it's just driving out into the waves to catch a couple fish, or should I get a charter that's closer in and we get the salmon instead? Like, I guess I'm trading the long boat ride for a lesser desired fish. Is that what I'm trying to do?
Are you saying the salmon is lesser desired?
Well, it's second to halibut. I mean, halibut is the cream of the crop, but you got to go further out to get it. So I wonder if they have a halibut charter where the fish may not be as big, but you'll get a halibut and you can go salmon fishing too. And it's not so far out. But we'll see. I'm just tossing that idea around.
So many things. So, like, you want to talk about what we've been doing this week?
Yeah, go ahead.
and how you've been enjoying Alaska so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I said earlier, we've gone to the gym several times a week, and that's been nice being able to ride our bikes to the gym.
Yeah.
And work out and just relax and kind of reset ourselves. So that's been super great.
Yeah, a couple votes for the halibut. Even if it's further out, even if it costs more, you're still for the halibut. Now keep in mind, we have a very small freezer space.
Yeah, I love halibut and I love salmon. So
yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
I'd like to get a little bit of both, but not too much of one or the other.
What else do we do this week?
They're all saying halibut, which, you know, if you just go fish to fish, yes, halibut.
Well,
but halibut are big fish, and you're going to get a lot of meat. And
I know my stomach's starting to growl too, talking about all this delicious
I know.
food. What else did you do this week?
Well,
we
what did we
played
do?
Disc golf for the first time.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was so bad.
So we did a members only live of us doing disc golf, the frisbee golf. And we both need a lot of practice.
A little bit of more practice.
But we can walk to the course from here. So it's very convenient.
Yeah.
We got to learn how to get the frisbee disc to go level. I think that's the key. Every time we throw it, it wants to go like this.
But the good thing is the course is right around the corner. We can walk to it so we can get some practicing in. Mm-hmm. And when we get back south, Ocala has a nice one we could go play at.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. It's a lot easier to stay active here because it's not so hot.
Yeah.
I noticed that when we're riding bikes in the middle of the day and I'm not sweating to death, because in Florida, especially during the summer, you can't do anything outside because you feel like you're going to die. Mm-hmm. So it's very hard to be active in the summertime in Florida in the outdoors. So I've been loving that so much here and just enjoying it immensely because I love to be outdoors and I like to be active. But over the last more than a couple of years, especially my time in Otter Creek, the activity level went down tremendously outside of working in the campground because there wasn't a place to really ride your bike. There wasn't a place to walk because of all the loose dogs and whatnot. So I'm completely enjoying the difference here in being able to do that. It's nice and cool out, or much cooler than Florida. So to us, it's not hot here where everyone else thinks it's so hot. This is super nice.
Yeah, we're supposed to leave Fairbanks around the 29th, the 30th, and head south. So we'll spend a day in Denali probably, and then boondock camp on our way to Anchorage. And we may stay at the Richardson-Elmendorf campground there on the base, but we don't know that yet. We may extend our stay here, and here's my concern. We haven't planned yet, but we still got weeks. So here's my concern with going south too soon. We're not coming back to Fairbanks. We want to do the triangle, which is Fairbanks, down to Anchorage, over to Valdez, and then back out to Canada and out. So we don't want to backtrack. So the summers are better up here. It's warmer up here. It's drier up here. You're going to have nicer weather, longer daylight, and there's lots to do around here. And Anchorage is like a regular city. In fact, the Fairbanks locals call it Los Anchorage. And it's kind of a knock on Anchorage a little bit, just saying that they're like Los Angeles. It's too big, it's too busy, it's too this and that. And it is, and it's not any cheaper. It's expensive there too. So there's some things that I want, when you go south, you're going south for the fish. So, fishing Sheep Creek or watching others fish Sheep Creek. There are a few things there. Thanks, Jackie, for the $9.99.
Yeah, you're probably right. It is the humidity.
Yeah, the humidity makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Down south, it rains more, but doesn't get as nice. Doesn't get as hot.
My little horn.
Up here in Fairbanks, though, it's a much nicer summer. And Anchorage has a much milder winter. So Fairbanks gets the two extremes. They get the hotter temperatures, nicer summers, and the cold, bitter cold, like 40 below, 50 below. But Anchorage doesn't get that much flexibility. They might get 20 below. That's cold. Now, can it go below that? Yes, but that's not normal. 20 below is normal. up to about 30 above. That's what they range in the winter. So their winters are pretty mild in comparison.
And this is my first summer away from Florida. I was born in Florida. I grew up in Florida, and that's where I've spent most of my life. And I delivered mail in the summers. I sweated so much. The humidity is a real devil.
Yeah, someone had over 100 degrees. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that humidity makes it feel like you can't breathe sometimes. And I know at the end of the day of delivering mail, you just felt so depleted. It's like no matter what you did, you were just so depleted.
And you were going back to the gym at night and going back to school at night.
Yeah,
I don't know how you did it.
I was,
and you had a kid.
Going to college, doing
Crazy.
that and working out every day. I was a gym rat at the time. So it's a little frustrating right now when I see what I've allowed myself to become opposite of my gym rat phase. So it's a little bit harder getting into things, and I shouldn't have stopped working out the way I did. But that is what it is, and we're here now, and
we
back into
we
it.
brought some dumbbells with us, and it's the what are they called?
Bowflex.
The Bowflex weights, where you can change the dials on the discs. So I take one, she takes one, and then we do different things with them. We brought 3 mats, and if you link them together, you have enough there to do crunches, sit-ups, push-ups, side exercises on the ground and that. So we brought those with us, and we finally got to use them. When you're moving, you can't really set all that up very easily, but here, it's been nice. You set the fan out. We even have an outside TV on the coach, so we can turn the TV on for a little background noise. Therese likes to listen to the headphones, so she does the headphone thing.
Gotta have my jams.
She does her thing over there. I do my thing over here. And
yeah, so usually on Sundays, because the smaller gym on the base is closed on Sundays, so we'll just work out here at the RV site. So it's nice to have our own little area, and as you can tell, there's not much noise or traffic.
Yeah, it's very quiet here. This is like 95% of the time it's like this. You hear nothing.
Super nice.
We had a loud bird earlier, but hey, Jeremy has loud birds where he's at.
And we even have a little squirrel that'll come up onto our steps.
He comes all the way up on the
RV.
steps too. Yeah.
Thank goodness
He'll look
the
inside
screen is closed. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I guess people are being ugly in the chat.
Are they really?
I guess.
I can't read all the chats, but
that's too bad. So some people just like a lot of drama.
Well, there's other channels for that. They got drama channels out there. They got thousands of them.
I haven't had any problems with any ticks here at all.
No, I don't think they have ticks and fleas up here.
I did get a tick when we were in Ohio.
97 in Crystal River. Woo, getting that water. You got to float in the Crystal River.
That's right. There's nothing better than floating down the river during the summer when you're in Florida.
Yeah,
That's always fun.
We took the pontoon up.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, how you doing?
Miss you. Thank you for your help.
Jessica's here. Thanks for your help. We need a moderator. We've only got a couple moderators, so we hope they catch our
yeah, I haven't seen Tricky, so I don't know if she's on or not. Thank you, Jessica. We definitely need you.
Appreciate you, Jessica. And yes, we'll be tuning in to Jason's family has invited us out again tonight for pizza night. They homemade pizza. They make homemade pizza. So we're looking forward to that. And on the way, we're going to listen to Jeremy's live.
Yep, I do miss my friends. I'm always praying for them that all this drama in their lives ends and they can get on to the normalness, whatever that is these days. Or at least something better.
Yeah. I just hope that people will look at both sides and before they jump on a train, one side or the other, and pick somebody, that they just look at all the information. Look at what you know, not what you think you know, but what you know. And anyway, I'm not going to get on that again.
Yeah, well, that's always the best advice for any situation is, do your homework, sit back, review all the things, and sometimes it's best to be quiet. Some people don't have that skill.
Oh, and yes, we have the ukulele But Therese wants to learn how to play it first, and we just haven't really had time to do that. But we do want to bring the ukulele into the program at some point.
Yeah, I do need to make more time and schedule to brush up on the playing of the ukulele. I do love it. I certainly haven't forgotten, but I'm trying to get my schedule set up a little bit better. So like this past week in the gym, been working on arms and abs, and this next week we'll start working on the legs a little bit. You know, as you get older, you can't just jump into everything at 100 miles an hour. So I'm creeping into things slowly. So I'm going to add some lessons into my schedule soon. What else have we been doing? We even did a little gold panning this week.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
So that was fun, and we'll have a video up next or this week coming up about that. I don't know what we're going to do this week. You got any plans?
About the gold mining thing.
Got gold fever?
Well, it was it was funner than I was expecting it to be.
It was a lot of fun.
It was very informative. He threw a lot of information at us. I think you'll enjoy the video when that comes out. And
someone asked if we're rich now.
No, we did pretty good. I mean, I think we did pretty good. But watch the video. But I was wondering why I haven't heard any chatter about the El Dorado gold mine, because I remember that one having a train and all that, but I didn't know exactly where it was located. And it turns out that Gold Dredge number 8, about 10 years ago, I think the guy said, they bought El Dorado. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So now Gold Dredge is the old El Dorado. So for some of you old timers, don't poop on my parade here. So we did enjoy it. There's a train and there's commentary, and we got to walk on an old dredge, and there's a gift shop, and there's gold dredging, and it was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You know what I like too? The free cookies and coffee. I got almost sick on the cookies.
Almost. You ruined your lunch and you ruined dinner because you ate too many cookies.
I was starving, but they put out oatmeal raisin, they put peanut butter. Oh, they put chocolate chip, and then they put something else.
That's like, another little thing that you need to work on a little bit better is
more cookies, less cookies.
Well, you need to portion control a little bit better. I know that is difficult too, and I have problems with that as well. But if you're going to make a bad food choice, make it in a smaller quantity. So
let's hear your questions. What questions do you have for us in case they scrolled by and we missed them? You got questions for us? Do you want to see our campsite? That's a squirrel in the tree that you hear.
They're so cute.
What they do is they see something, probably us, and they alert all the other squirrels. Ooh, watch out. There's danger.
They heard you talking about the cookies for crying out loud. They want to know if there's more cookies.
There's not. We took some in a napkin and brought some home, but they're already gone. The coffee was good too, and the hot cocoa was good. It was a good time.
Getting a little spoiled.
Yeah, it was getting spoiled.
You just gotta, do portion control and make better choices. Someone wants to know, how's the bugs?
What's the biggest downside to summers in Alaska? Someone said. I would say the cost of everything.
Yeah, the cost and mosquitoes. So that's another.
The mosquitoes I expected, and really this isn't bad.
Those are the only bugs that we've dealt with so far.
Yeah, just mosquitoes.
And they haven't been bad so far.
No.
I do hear they get worse, so.
Yeah, they come and they go in different waves, but they at times are annoying, but they're not nearly as bad as I've seen them in the past be.
We haven't seen any whales yet. We have seen some moose when we were at Fort Greely.
Why did my chicken cross the road? Someone said.
Because that's where her boyfriend was.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So
I'd say the cost of everything. Gas is starting to come down, actually, but we're not using a lot of gas right now. But everything's expensive. To eat out is insane. It's insane. It's $100.
To DFAC.
Oh yeah. And I asked Teresa if she wanted to go to the DFAC last night because normally you can go in there for $3.50 a piece. You can at least get full, and you can get enough stuff to carry out for the next day. but she didn't like the food so much to the point that she didn't care it was a good deal, so we just ate here.
Well, we can try another meal there. I was not impressed. Thank you, Peanut.
Thanks, Peanut.
You little. So it's not bad, but I'd like to maybe try their breakfast. We could try their breakfast on another day.
Hard to mess up eggs and sausage, right?
But the night we went, I wasn't so impressed with the choices. I did have a nice salad.
Yeah.
But they didn't have anything good on the line the night we went, I thought. So I just had some mashed potatoes and a salad.
Yeah.
But it was cheap. So you can't complain about the price of it. But we can try a breakfast there.
We do have some mosquito repellent. And it works pretty good for what we've experiencing. It's just the regular Repel Deep Woods Off stuff. 40% DEET. It works. If you don't mind taking a bath in
chicken taco salad.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Someone wants to know if you've seen any eagles or grizzly bears.
On the way up here, yes. But since we've been here...
Well, we did see an eagle when we were on the boat ride.
Oh, yeah.
There was an eagle. I've seen some eagles' nests.
Yeah.
Grizzlies, no, we haven't seen just on the ride up, but not while we've been here.
There seems to be less wildlife from what I remember. I mean, where we're camped, this would be a place where you would see moose, typically, and we have not seen a single moose. On our ride out to Chena Hot Springs, which is like 60 miles out, that's normally you always see a moose. We did not see a moose. So there seems to be less wildlife than in past. Now that could just be, one spot in time. But let's see how it goes over the next 3 weeks, and we'll see if we see more wildlife. So we're definitely camping in an area where we should see moose on a fairly regular basis, 1 or 2 a week anyway. But we're not seeing that. So.
And we do cooking in the RV. We did bring the Instapot with us.
Yep.
So we do a lot of meals in there.
Air fryer last night.
Yeah, it is a lot different, I will say, than cooking in a regular full-size kitchen. So it is a bit to get used to.
Do they have raccoons? I have not seen raccoons.
Ever?
I don't remember. I think they do have raccoons here.
Trash pandas?
Trying to think of what else. A lot of different birds and squirrels.
Yeah. I'm glad there's no snakes around.
The ravens are pretty big.
They are huge.
They're big. Like ravens, here, ravens. Squirrels, normal squirrels, squirrels here. Everything's a little amped up.
But they haven't cut the grass where we were playing the disc golf, and like you're wading through this grass. I'm like, thank goodness that there's no snakes.
Have not seen dragonflies, not even one.
Any sign of Bigfoot? You talking about my big feet?
Her big feet? She's got big feet.
I wear a size 11, so we have seen Bigfoot.
No raccoons in Alaska? Okay. Hey, stats. You're watching a woodpecker peck wood?
Yeah, we used to have a bunch of those around.
Would this be a woodpecker pecking wood?
What are you trying to say, man? Lightning bugs. Do they have lightning bugs up here?
We'll be going to Denali, but from what we understand, there was a landslide there. So the bus tours going in stop at milepost, about 30 miles in or something. So I don't know if we're going to do, we can't get to Wonder Lake, which is the end of the path. And that's where the most notorious mosquitoes that I've ever seen.
We're still going to go there and do as much as we can, for sure. It just stinks that happened, but you can't really control those type of things. And it's going to take a few years for them to get that straightened out.
Yeah, which is kind of hard to believe, but it's Alaska. Things here happen much slower. You got to be patient. We will visit Denali, and we'll probably take the Jeep into the park. You can drive in, I think, 12 miles to the bridge. There's a bridge and a little kiosk, and if you're not on a bus, you can't go in. The residents here, though, they do a lottery, and the residents can in October. I think it's October. They do a lottery system, and you can go into Denali with your private vehicle all the way to the end. But they limit that.
That's cool.
That's neat. I tried it once, twice, but I never got it. So
someone wants to know what's your favorite thing about Alaska so far.
Probably the weather.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Absolutely, the weather.
And you don't have to have anything planned to enjoy the weather. We're enjoying the weather right now.
And secondly, the peacefulness.
It's quiet.
That's here. Right up there with the weather.
It's quiet here. Yeah. It's quiet. It's peaceful. There's not a lot of drama. We don't know anybody here except, the Jason family.
So it's super nice being away from all that.
You guys want to see our new little campsite spot? I'm going to turn the camera around because the other cameras are better. There we go. Here's our little table we were doing the live from.
Get out of your way.
And here's the camper. And the Jeep's right here. I'll come out here onto the road so you can get a better perspective. The sun is definitely shining. Yeah, you can see it a little better and get a little perspective. The little sheds that they have on the site, I think they once rented those out and now they don't. So I don't know. They're not really doing anything. They are locked. There's nothing in them. A few of the sites have them, not all the sites. I don't even know how many sites are here. I think there's about 15, maybe 20, but they don't all have power and water. Some of them only have water. Some of them have nothing. But none of them have sewer. So you have to dump sewer up at the main.
Show them all the pretty flowers?
Yeah, we got a lot of flowers here. Maybe somebody in the chat knows what they're called. I thought they were rosehip, but they may not be rosehip. They may be something else. But yeah, this is just a single loop. In fact, it's called Moose Loop, and we're about halfway through the loop. And right there in the bend is where we were at, and we just moved down 2 spots.
But there's no moose on Moose Loop.
No moose on Moose Loop. Well, we had a neighbor for 2 days right over there, but he's gone. So this is one of the lots. It only has water. The electric box, there is a box there, but there's no power to it. It's a little breezy, but not down on the ground. It's breezy up above, so you can see the trees moving about. You can hear the wind. But I'll walk over here. I'll show you a couple more lots. In fact, there's a lot right in front of you. It's a pull-through lot right here. And then there's a lot right here. And then this lot over here had someone in it next to us. So we don't have a neighbor within 100 feet. We cannot even see a camper that's within 100 feet of our lot. This was the closest one to us. And it's now vacant. But the lots are big. They're very spacious. The river's not far away. If I keep walking around the bend, you'll see the river. Very nice here. And it's $30. $30 a night. All the electric and water you want to use. I'm just walking back to the campsite. I joined a Facebook group that talks about military FAM camps. They're called FAM camps, stands for Family Campgrounds. And sometimes I'll go in there and make a comment if it's one I've been to or if it's one I'm at and send pictures because we're interested in the military campgrounds. Oh, there's a quad coming down the road. So ATVs are very prevalent here. They're very much used. They ride them everywhere. That's the first one I've seen in the campground, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
He's driving it very respectfully.
How did I like Fort Greely? I like Fort Greely because it's small. I'm going to flip the camera around here. The campground was...
We had the campground to ourselves.
Yeah, we had the campground to ourselves. We were there early. No one else had come yet. And
I enjoyed it.
we saw 2 moose on 2 different occasions there. So that was good. Then I liked it, but they charge $10 and you have no services. You have no water, you have no electric, you have no sewer.
Yeah, you couldn't stay there for long. You
couldn't stay long.
I mean, you can fill up. They had a dump station that you had to drive a ways to.
Yeah,
and you could fill up, but... You
could fill up and then the dump site was a ways away. Yeah, and that wasn't even potable water. So you don't have a place to fill up.
True.
I think that's a big drawback from that campground.
Maybe they don't want people there.
Yeah, maybe they don't want people there. Now, they had these barrels at the campsites full of water, and they had liners in them, but I guess that's to wash your dishes or something.
Well, someone was saying that was probably to put out your campfire if you made a fire.
Oh, yeah, you could make a fire there, but they had little fire pits, but I don't know. It was a little too primitive. I don't think they should be charging anything for that because they're not providing anything.
Oh, that would be a little scary. They said they had a moose put its head through the window.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a little too intense.
We would like to see more wildlife, but, you know, we're just now getting into the almost 80s. So we might start seeing wildlife move around a little more. I don't know. But we're here. We're in the woods. Come on, moosey, moosey, moosey. Do your moose call.
Hey, moosey, moosey, moosey. Hey, moosey, moosey, moosey. What's for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
But yeah, moose is yummy. So if you ever get a chance, definitely give it a try.
Yeah. You guys have any more questions?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. There's no drama here.
Nope.
Nothing to see. Just prettiness, beautifulness. Do you have solar? We do have solar panels on the coach, but it powers a 2,000 watt inverter. It won't run everything. It helps charge your batteries, and that's about it. It'll run small things.
Someone asked about polar bears.
Polar bears are up on the Arctic, up on the North Slope. They don't come around here.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, you don't want polar bears.
I've heard
they are mean critters.
Yes, Jessica, I updated our wish list. She's got to keep me in line.
Yeah.
I don't have many things on there, but I guess we'll have that up for just a couple more weeks.
No, we haven't been fishing yet. Most of the fishing is down south, not up here. Now, you can do some lake fishing, but we haven't. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Can you fish in the river that's near you?
You can, and people do, but there's not anything in there that I'd care to eat. Arctic grayling. You don't have a lot of species of fish here. Like in Florida, you may have 50 different species of fish, maybe more. But here you have maybe 5. And I don't even know that I can name them all, but you have halibut and salmon are the two that people want the most. Halibut being number 1, salmon being number 2. And then they're kind of particular about the salmon here. They will wait until the reds are running or the silvers are running and eat those. They won't eat the other ones, like the kings and the pinks. You know, they don't typically eat those. The kings are okay, but they get too big. The reds are the best tasting fish, and everybody likes to go down to Chitina or Copper Center and dip them out of the water, out of the salt water before they get into the fresh water. Because once they get into the fresh water, and that would be up here in the Chena River, by the time they get up here, they've been beaten to death and they're starting to change from the fresh water. They start to get that hump on their back and they turn red and the meat gets kind of mushy. It's kind of gross. I've actually tried what they call dog salmon, or salmon that are spawning and they're changing. They go through this physical change and it makes their meat taste undesirable.
I guess that's why they feed it to the dogs, right?
That's why they call it dog salmon.
Someone asked where they can find the link for the Amazon wish list, and that link is in the bio, and it is also located in any of the videos' description.
Yeah, if you go to the head of the channel and go into our channel where it says bio, and you'll see the links listed.
Or if you just click in any of the videos' descriptions, I have it listed in there if anybody's interested in that.
Yeah.
Nope, no Bigfoot so far.
No,
except for my big feet.
It's a good place for one, though.
I know. This is, if I was Bigfoot, this is where I'd live.
Yeah, I'd come here.
For sure.
But yeah, the best thing so far has been the weather, and I'd say the one bad thing really is just the distractors, that everything's so expensive here. It's over the top expensive.
But it's like such an experience.
Yeah.
If you plan right, you can do it.
You can do it, yeah.
Just don't go out to eat every meal or try to go on every single tour. I know if you go on some of the tours for bear sightings and some of the plane trips, it can get very, very expensive. So you just got to pick what's most important to you for your adventure and make sure you plan appropriately. Try to cook as many meals yourself as you can. But it's definitely an experience that if you get the chance, go for it. I love it here. I think it's completely beautiful. It's a whole different experience than you'll ever find in the lower 48.
You can literally don't have to stay in a campground. You literally can just pull off the side of the road and camp.
And that's not for everybody either.
Right.
Everybody has different styles of how they like to camp. Some people like to glamp. And some people like to camp, and some people like to completely boondock. You know, there's different styles for everybody. Just do your research, do your homework, and do what makes you happy.
Some of these campgrounds are really over, and I understand why, and I'll explain this a little bit. There's a couple of KOAs here in Fairbanks. You got one in North Pole, even though they call it the Fairbanks KOA, it's actually in North Pole. And then they have one downtown on the river here in Fairbanks too. They're really, really overpriced. Are they nice? Yes, they're nice. I'm not going to take anything away from them. The thing is, they have 3 months, maybe 4 months to make all the money for the entire year, and then they shut down. So it gets too cold here to run a campground. So you have 3 to 4 good months where they're packed, and they're getting, if you're just staying for a day, they're charging $75 a night. And I think that's hotel type prices. That's it. I think that's insane to charge $75 for a campsite. I've never seen that anywhere in my life. Maybe they do that in California, but I won't be going to them. So I was a little disappointed with the KOA. He gave us a fairly decent price, but then he stuck somebody next to us, and there was only 5 or 6, maybe 10 people in the park, and he put us all in one spot right next to each other, and I didn't understand that. They had 300 spots and 100, actually just under 200 spots in the campground. They could have spread us out, but he didn't.
Well, the worst problem with that neighbor is he was going against their policy.
Their policies. He didn't have a leash on his dog. His leash, he had him tied off, and he had a 30-foot. Like, he came at me, but fortunately his leash stopped him. But he had like a 30-foot leash. And
that poor dog was kept out.
Tied off. The guy was drunk
all the time.
He was drunk during the day, drunk at night. He was
only
loud,
came out to yell at the dog.
Slamming doors, yelling at the dog.
Unfortunately, they went against their own policies, and sometimes people do that because they're greedy, and instead of looking at the bigger picture, They're just looking at that small little bit that they're collecting right then, but in the bigger picture, they're going to lose more money because people don't want to camp next to people like that.
Yeah,
so
I mean, you know,
it's unfortunate all across the globe. I know everything's expensive right now, but there's a lot of greed. So things don't need to be as expensive as they are. And, you know, again, I will always say power of the people. You know, if people would get together, we can make a difference.
Now we got this coach with boondocking in mind. We didn't stay in a single campground all the way through Canada. And we probably could have and maybe should have. But when you're on the road and you're only in a campground spot for about 18 hours, you come in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're pretty much going to get a shower, eat something, and go to bed, get up and drive again, right? Why are you going to spend $30 to stay there? You can do that. You don't need nothing. You can carry 20 gallons of water. You can carry 20 gallons of waste, and you can carry 20 gallons of fresh water. I mean, you can we could probably boondock for 10 days before we would need any services. Right. We have a generator. We have solar power. We can charge our phones. I mean, you know, is it nice to have a campground? Sure. But with the cost of gas and other incidental costs, you got to save money somewhere. So the whole idea was to get a smaller coach so we're more maneuverable and we can take advantage of our boondocking and save money that way. And I think it's worked out great.
And now with what we've learned about what we actually do need or don't need, when we're back in Florida at the end of the season, we'll be swapping out things quite a bit because we don't need all the things we brought. We're fine with traveling with it now. It's not taking up more space than we need. But for the next season, when we head north, we just don't need as much. So we've learned these things, and it's not a huge inconvenience to have a little bit of extra stuff right now. But next year will even be all that more better with how we pack. Yeah. So everything is trial and error, and we've learned quite a bit. And I'm glad we didn't bring any more than what we brought. But you don't really need as much as you think you're going to need.
Yeah, you really don't. You need a toothbrush, toothpaste, food, a change of clothes, and you don't need a whole wardrobe of clothes. You end up wearing the same things because you like them. Yeah, so you rewash them, rewear them, rewash them. Yeah, you need a week's worth of clothes. You need probably a good pair of shoes, and then.
But you can't go bringing everything on the what if.
On the
what if something happens type of thing, because let's get real, there's stores all around you.
Yeah, even here.
So it's easy enough to head to the store when you need to. Of course, you need to bring certain things. I'm not saying don't bring anything, but just don't get so ridiculous thinking you need to plan for every little thing that could happen. You might kill your joy in over planning.
The best way to get the best value on a campground is to stay there a month and get a monthly rate, or to stay a week and get a weekly rate. If you can stay somewhere a month and get a monthly rate, that's a good deal. We're paying $900. Well, they don't have monthly rates here. So it's $30 a day, and you stay a month, that ends up being $900. But the KOA was going to be $1,200.
And that was at a discount too, because
that's at a discount.
They normally, I believe, charge
$1,400 a month. That's ridiculous.
Or $75 a day.
You're bringing everything. You're bringing the kitchen, the bedroom, the living room, everything. What are they doing? They don't need that. KOA didn't even provide events. There's a river there, but there's no access to the river. In fact, there was a sign that says, "Do not launch your kayaks and canoes," or whatever, which you could probably do, but there was a pretty steep embankment.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
All of that stuff was for looks. It wasn't beneficial to us. We're near the river here, and there's a boat slip here. We can walk to the boat slip. We can launch a boat. We can rent a boat right here. We can walk to all these things. So this, to me, was better. We don't have a dump site on site. Who cares? Start your motor, go around the loop, dump, come back.
I just prefer the atmosphere, like I'm actually camping.
Yeah, I'm saving $400 a month dumping my own.
Growing up, that was one of the things I enjoyed considerably. I was in the Girl Scouts, and when we got to go camping, that was the absolute best. Yeah, I enjoyed it immensely. Yeah, so I do love camping. I love being outdoors. So this is.
Hey Tim, where's that? You won't charge us to stay in. I hope you're not in California.
Hey.
It's expensive to stay free there. Well, hey guys, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, I know everybody wants to get their popcorn ready for the next live we'll be watching.
There's a Walmart not 2 miles from here.
Yep.
Right out the gate and up the Stees, and it's on the left.
Yep, and that's a great thing too. I know someone also asked the Amazon, how Amazon finds us. Well, we get general delivery at the post office here through Amazon at the branch in Barnett Street. All across the globe, well, all across the United States, the post office has general delivery, which most people do not know about.
That's right.
So if you're traveling in an RV, and homeless people utilize it too. I think most places do have a 30-day max. It depends on the postmaster.
Right.
For all the details, you'd have to inquire at specific post offices, but general delivery is an option to receive mail and packages while you're traveling.
Usually hold their mail for 30 days.
So we'll let you guys get your popcorn ready for the next live. I do recommend some Boom Chicka Pop.
Yep, Boom Chicka Pop.
That is the good stuff. But I hope everybody has a good week and, you know, take care of each other and try to spread as much positivity as you can.
Love the Kenai. We'll be down there and check out those blue glacier waters.
If anybody wants to reach out to us, you can always send us an email at madammayersadventures@gmail.com. I read all the emails and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I don't always get back to you the same day. I do my best, and I enjoy reading everybody's comments, ideas. Some things are very helpful and I do appreciate it. I hope you guys just find positivity and have a great week.
Someone said it's Bloom Chicka Pop. Is it Bloom or Boom?
Boom.
I thought it was Boom.
It's Boom.
I have to go back and read it now.
It is Boom. Chicka Pop.
Okay, Boom Chicka Pop.
It might bloom in your stomach when you drink a bunch of water and be like,
all right, guys, we're going to wrap this up.
All right, we love you.
Jeremy Hale's coming soon. What the Hales? Check him out.
We've enjoyed spending time with you, getting to know each other better. Miss everybody. Love you guys.
Do your due diligence. Go out there, check memberships out. Click that button, subscribe, get your alerts.
Yep.
Don't fall away from us. We enjoy you guys. Love having you with us.
We enjoy sharing our adventures with you. Thank you for tagging along with us. We try to be drama-free and give you guys some relaxing content.
Yep.
So thanks for enjoying it and tag along. We love you all. And
we Golden Heart City of Fairbanks.
See you guys soon.
See you guys soon. Love you. Bye.
Let's give it a little.